This is Pastor Jim. Welcome back to Christians Need to Know. Today we begin Church in Place for times of disability, isolation, or sickness. This past week, the coronavirus tanked the stock market beyond anything it's seen in its history. A mega church in South Korea was labeled as a super spreader because of the outbreak of the coronavirus in its congregation. Some may say, well, Jim, this was a secretive sect. It was not more of the traditional church. The other churches in South Korea, the mainline, the Protestant, the Catholic churches, were also placed on red alert because of concern of the virus spread there. Today's churches in the United States, as I learned in seminary, as well as many of our listeners out there, are built upon the come and pray model. If you preach well enough, if you teach, if you have the right ministry structure, people will come, be seated in your pews, and participate in the congregation. You'll be a successful congregation. But in today's model, this is predicated on everyone's healthy and able to come to church. Today we're talking about creating a ministry that will let your church minister to those that are not able to come. And they exist even now during times of sickness and disability. And some churches are still ministering come and pray rather than stay and pray. Today we're talking about stay and pray and preparing for the future. You may say, Jim, are you a prepper? No, while I'm not a prepper, I believe the gospel talks about being prepared. So we're talking about being prepared as a congregation. And in today's Bible passage, which talks about Ephesians chapter 1, verses 1 and 2, the Apostle Paul, in his own ministry through missionary travels, helped the church to prepare for its future in a stay and pray model, per se. Local church pastor, now is the time to give some thought how to restructure some of your physical plant operation. There are some churches I'm speaking to that are spending in excess of $20,000 a year just on church landscaping. Perhaps now is the time to go Xeriscape and to take some of those saved funds and to direct them into a virtual video ministry and a communion mailer ministry to send elements to people or to equip lay people to serve communion to those who are not able to come.